Counterfactual Impact Evaluation. This video was shot at the Interact event Impact Evaluations, Methods and Terms of References on the 21st of June 2016 in Amsterdam, the Netherlands. In this video, we'll discuss when and where counterfactual impact evaluation could be considered for Interreg programs.
Small n theory-based impact evaluation methods are best. Where you've got large n, what are the factors? Large n, homogeneity, yeah, you've got no budget constraints, no political limitations. This sort of quasi-experimental or experimental method, largely done by academics, is the way to go. Now, just to remind ourselves, counterfactual impact evaluation relies on statistical tests, so large n, population is large, treatment group, treatment itself, homogeneous, intervention effects, very defined segments, and we've got no constraints on money or politics. Yeah? Actually getting these things together is quite tough. If Christina's got 60 projects over how many years? 6 years? Call it 6 years, so that's 10 years a project. Yeah? It might be quite difficult for her to mount an effective CIE evaluation on that scale. The practicalities, let's just say we do it. The practicalities really as follows. Counterfactual impact evaluation is still based on theory. Yeah? It's not any different to theory-based impact evaluation in that sense. But what we are doing when we do a counterfactual impact evaluation is using that control group method, that reference group method, that counterfactual method to actually deliver a statistically robust impact assessment. Okay? Statistically robust, it's copper-bottomed with the numbers. Okay? In a way that we're not able to give always for theory-based. Counterfactual impact assessment does use similar methods, so documents, reviewing the context, consultation, case studies, leaning diaries, so sort of tilting to one side. I should say learning diaries. Yeah? The quantitative, sorry, I must have written this when I was tired. The quantitative impact story is delivered by formal counterfactual impact analysis. Okay? CIE and its underpinning statistics, they are specialist areas, okay, largely delivered by academic specialists who aren't always very easy to work with. And even for me, having done evaluation as long as I have, following what is going on is quite difficult. There's an element of the black box here. Yeah? So that's not to say don't ever use them, but just be careful, you know, what you're getting into. As I say, I've done 3 of these in about 20 years, one of which was okay, one of which was just about okay, and one of which was an absolute disaster, yeah, which was very difficult to write up. This is the stuff that typically I'm getting back from academics. Now, you won't be able to see this, all of you, but essentially, this is the counterfactual impact assessment survey analysis for something I did in Wales for the ERDF support for business in Southwest Wales, and essentially done by Aston University. Essentially, what they give me are a set of statistical coefficients that they have produced for a set of probes like employment growth, top one here, turnover growth 2 years after support, productivity growth, employment levels, turnover levels, productivity levels for the treatment model approach, difference in difference models, same categories, and then selection models at the bottom. And what they give me here out of the statistical analysis is a set of coefficients as to whether statistically from the work they have done there is a correlation between employment growth or turnover growth or productivity growth and the intervention that has been made. And what I've then got to do with this is say, on employment growth, 2 years after support, there's a coefficient of correlation of 1.78 on the intervention, which is positive. There's a correlation on turnover growth of minus 0.85 on the coefficient. On productivity growth, it's -3. So what this is saying is that this intervention on the treatment model method for employment growth is positive on employment, negative on turnover, and negative on productivity. So this intervention appears to be very good at creating jobs and rubbish at creating employment, rubbish at creating turnover growth, and rubbish at creating productivity growth. That is not what you want a business support intervention to do. That's just bulking out employment, yeah? You're not improving turnover, you're not improving productivity. When you come and look then at this difference in difference approach, this second cut that they take here, employment growth on this one is barely significant, 0.06, 0.052, productivity growth 0.03. You're beginning to get quite a different set of associations between the intervention and the result that's observed. Now, I'm only putting that up to say that in extremis, when your academic does for you a counterfactual impact assessment, that is what you will get. And you then need to decide, working through that, whether or not you think your intervention is actually causal or not on the factors that are being tracked. I had to say, when I got this material, and this is about £40,000 worth of analysis, this page, yeah, basically had to, well, sorry, not the one page, that would be silly, but all the data that sits underneath it, that's summarised in this one page, I had to say to the Welsh European Financing Office, I'm sorry, but I don't think this CIE has worked, because it appears to be that quite a lot of the coefficients appear to be quite contradictory, and there are real problems with the quality of the data that underlie and support this. Yeah? So, by all means do CIE. I'm very happy to give you the names of good econometricians who will run it for you, yeah, who do it very well, but just be careful what you wish for, because it's not always that straightforward, and in this case, it didn't work. Okay? So that's what I wanted to say on CIE. Now, okay, so my personal view, suitability, limited because range of projects, sophistication of method is out of step with programme evaluation capacity we're still building, cost may be prohibitive, so the time is not yet right, but something to think about for the future. Yeah? Okie dokie. So that's on that.
If you'd like to see more details about the evaluation of Interact programs and projects, please check out the different models Interact produced. In each of the models, you will find various materials such as videos, guidance papers, Q&A documents, links, and other details.